If you're choosing a ROM platform based only on who pays more per signing, then I need your full attention, because in 2026, that mindset will keep you small. What's up, gang? Welcome back to the channel. If you're a notary and you're thinking about becoming a remote online notary and you're trying to figure out which ROM platform actually makes sense for your business long term, then this video is for you. The ROM space has evolved. It's not 2020 anymore. It's not about signing up everywhere and hoping something sticks. And it's definitely not about treating platforms like lottery tickets. It's about positioning, it's about alignments, it's about choosing an environment that matches the level that you want to operate at. Today, we're breaking down the top RON platforms going into 2026, but we're doing it strategically. We're talking about enterprise versus independent platforms, compliance and quality standards, stable income opportunities versus total control, business level positioning, and which type of notary fits where, because the platform you choose influences how you grow. Before we go any further, I want to share that today's video is sponsored by OneNotary. OneNotary is positioned at the enterprise level in the RON space, meaning they prioritize compliance, they have structured workflows, professional standards, and business-focused operations. So if you're serious about aligning yourself with platforms that operate at that level, I've included their direct link in the description below so you can explore it for yourself. Now let's break this down the right way. First up, OneNotary. And I want to explain something clearly. OneNotary is positioned at the enterprise and business level. So this is not your average side hustle setup. This is more structured. They work with businesses. They think at a scale. They prioritize compliance. They prioritize process. They prioritize signer experience. And that matters. When a platform is enterprise focused, that means that they're thinking about legal teams, real estate groups, financial institutions, corporate clients, high volume document processing. And that requires structure, it requires systems, and it requires consistency. And for notaries who want to operate at a higher level, that alignment matters. Now let's talk about the signer experience. OneNotary emphasizes an elevated signer experience. So what does that mean? That means smooth onboarding, clear identity verification, clean digital interface, and a professional workflow. And let me tell you why that's important. Businesses care about how their clients feel during the signing process. So you want to make them feel as comfortable as possible, because remember, they are putting their sensitive information into a system. You need to make that feel like a comfortable experience because of the sensitive information that you're collecting during the process of completing the remote online notarization. And if this feels unorganized or confusing, that's going to reflect back on your business. And enterprise clients, they want consistency. They want compliance, they want professionalism, and that's where the quality and compliance standards come in. RON in 2026 is not just about convenience anymore. It's about fraud prevention, audit trails, proper ID verification, secure document handling, regulatory alignment. The stronger the compliance infrastructure, the more enterprise ready the platform is. Another important factor, professional notary selection. And I'm telling you, enterprise platforms are selective. They're looking for qualified notaries. They want reliability, they want professionalism, and honesty. You're not competing in a race to the bottom. You're operating in a curated space. Now let's talk about something practical. Scheduled shifts and more stable income opportunities. One of the biggest frustrations that I hear from notaries is unpredictability. One week you're busy, then the next week you're not. Platforms that offer structured scheduling or consistent signing opportunities create stability. And stability matters, especially if you're transitioning from a 9-to-5 or building remote income intentionally. Now, is OneNotary for everyone? No. If you're looking for full independence and total control over every aspect of your client's acquisition, you may prefer something different. But if you're looking at RON from a structured enterprise level perspective, this is absolutely one to explore. And if you want to look into it further, I put the link in the description below so you're able to review their model and see if it's something that aligns with your goals. Do your research, think long-term, and choose strategically. Now, let's move into some other platforms that are in the RON space. Next is Notarize, and they're now operating under the name Proof. And this is one of the most recognizable names in the RON industry. They've built strong brand recognition and have worked with large institutions. They have structured systems and strong compliance infrastructure. But here's the question that you need to ask yourself. Do you want to plug into someone else's ecosystem, or do you want to build your own brand around RON? With platforms like this, you gain exposure, but you also operate within their framework. It's important that you evaluate the fee structure, client control, availability requirements, long-term growth opportunity. Your brand recognition is powerful, but positioning yourself independently is powerful too. So it's important to know your goal. Now let's talk about NotaryCam. NotaryCam has been in the RON space for years. They're known for handling more complex transactions and international notarizations. They're also compliance forward and structured. If you're interested in technical or international focused work, this may be the platform to research. But again, ask yourself, what type of work do I want? What level do I want to operate at? Am I building a signing income stream or a full notary business? Different goals are going to require different tools. So make sure that you're asking yourself these questions. There are platforms that lean more towards independent notaries. These may allow you to have control over your own clients, set your own availability, build your own brand. But with independence comes responsibility. You must market, you must position, you must build authority. And this is where I see most notaries struggle, because they rely entirely on platforms instead of building structure around their services. Which brings me to something important. RON is a tool. It's not your entire business. The platform does not make you money. It's your positioning that makes you money. Your structure makes you money. Your specialization makes you money. And if you rely on platforms solely to send you work, you're actually building dependency, not a business. And that's why I teach notaries to expand beyond their basic signings. Think Apostille services, international document authentication, enterprise partnerships, premium positioning, which is why I'm hosting the Apostille Facilitator webinar this Sunday. Inside this training, I'm breaking down how to add Apostille services correctly, avoid costly routing mistakes, how you're going to structure your intake, how to price confidently, and how to position yourself as the go-to facilitator specialist. Because growth doesn't just come from hopping on platforms. It comes from building structure. So if you're serious about elevating beyond transactions, the webinar link is in the description below. As we move through 2026, I want you to think about something. Don't ask what platform pays the most. Ask what platforms aligns with the level that you want to operate at. Do you want enterprise alignment, brand recognition, independent stability, or scalability? Choose intentionally and build strategically. And remember, platforms are tools for you to use to grow your business. Your authority is the asset. And if you found this video helpful, make sure you subscribe and comment below which RON platform you're considering. Make sure you check in the description below for the OneNotary direct link and the Apostille Facilitator webinar. We are building businesses. We're not just doing signings. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.